If I would have made a first impression video on this game, I would not have recommended it. The first 25% of the game is extremely slow and has so many problems that I thought I was gonna drop the game. Thankfully, if you stick with the game, you get a lot of good improvements. Sadly, there are still a lot of problems in the game. One of the problems is my skill issue. This game is freaking hard, and I'm not joking. Like, this game is extremely hard. You could say that the game is hard because of my skill issues. Sure, I'll give you that. But the reason I think the game is hard is because your brain knows that there should be something in the gameplay that the game does not have. And that is one of the things that pisses me off about the game. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things the game has that could be better. The story is extremely simple. You start playing as Ryu Hayabusa's dad. Amazing. Then you finish the first mission and you see Ryu Hayabusa training Kenji, your new protagonist. Wait a minute, how many Ninja Gaiden games are there? And how many of those games can you actually play with Ryu? Cause Jesus, let me just play with the guy. Anyway, Ryu is training Kenji and something happens in the Hayabusa clan. Ryu has to go and now you are playing as Kenji. I don't know if Ryu training Kenji was just them saying, hey, Kenji is an idiot. But if that was the case, they proved their point. Because this dude can only do one move, and it's a forward slash. He cannot do a downward slash, he cannot do an upward slash. And that is one of the things that pisses me off. It plays with my brain that there's enemies on top of me and under me, and I cannot kill them with a slash. Oh, but they introduced this little mechanic called guillotine. It's basically you jump, you press L1 or X, and you do an extra jump and you don't take damage if you do it right. If you do it right before you hit an enemy or right before you hit an object. This is cool. This is really cool. I'm telling you, this makes the gameplay much better. But the bad thing about it is that if you do it to an enemy, it takes like 7 jumps for the enemy to actually die. When with a slash, you just kill him with 1. Now they make you do like 3 missions, 4 missions, something like that with this mechanics, the exact same mechanics. And in my brain, I'm like, this is annoying. This is really annoying. Because if it just so happens that an enemy is under me or above me, I have to move either to the right or left so that I can be right in front of him so I can slash him. That is so stupid coming from a 2D game. Oh, but that's okay. That's when they introduced the other character. And this other character, the first 3 missions are extremely simple. You basically just press square, move forward. She throws kunais, you can throw them up, you can throw them down. Now, here is the issue. When you're playing with both of them together, the square is Kenji's button. He does the slash. The circle is her button. You do the shuriken. So, if you want to hit someone under you or above you, you would have to use the circle button instead of the square. If you want to hit people in front of you or behind you, you do the square. Now, you don't really have to do all of this. It's just that's my main issue in the game. Now, putting these issues aside, you get this other mechanic, which is the overcharge. Honestly, this mechanic is cool. It's really cool. You kill an enemy that's highlighted, and once you kill that enemy, you get this overcharge glowing all around. The next move you do is gonna kill something in 1 hit, or it just goes away in like 5 seconds. Now, this is extremely necessary in the game because there are enemies that have shields, and if you don't have that, you're gonna have to go behind them and hit them. Or sometimes you just stand right in front of them and hit them like 1,000,000 times. They'll eventually die. Some of them, actually. My other issue with the game is like the 50% of the main story, you fight the same boss like 4 times. Like the first enemy, the first boss, you fight him twice. Then the second boss, you fight him like 3 times. That's kind of annoying. It seems kind of lazy. Speaking about lazy, there's no voice acting. That's bad because at the beginning of each chapter, the 2 characters are talking to themselves. And I think that would have been a great idea to have these 2 characters actually talking to themselves because the script is not that bad. The script is actually kind of funny and it does something, you know, one of them is pushing, the other one is pulling, and you get this dynamic that you don't really enjoy it that well because you're reading it instead of just listening. The other little nitpick I have is whenever you're skipping dialogue, like you read a dialogue and then you press X, normally in other games you get this little blink. This game has nothing. Like they just went, it's okay. I think you need that little clink when you press X to skip the dialogue, or clink to press X to go to the next dialogue, because I don't know, it's important. It just sounds so quiet. Now, I wouldn't say the music is highlight of the game, but it does do something with the quietness of the whole game. When they don't have those clink that I just spoke about, they put the music and they go ting 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 ting. Not exactly like that, that's from Street Fighter, but you know what I'm saying. But you know what, let's just go back to my main issue. The main issue of me hitting downwards and upwards. Why? Because during boss fights, I need that. Like, I really need that, because most enemies are either on top of you or under you. I need it so much. Why would they do that? But you know what pisses me off even more? Is that enemies have that. Enemies can hit you under them, above them, diagonally. Like, you know, like they look up, they can hit you. Like, not really above you or right in front of you, but like, you know, that angle that is like right there. I'm dumb, so you have to figure that out by yourself. Now, you may think that because I'm complaining so much about the game is bad. It is not. The game is good. The game is really good. It's just that I don't understand why they would do that. I don't understand why they would make that Kenji guy, this new protagonist, not be able to hit downwards or upwards. Like, let me hit the guy that's right in front of me, sure. Also, let me hit the guy that's right under me. The other issue I have is that you can climb, that's cool, and you can hang on things. But when an enemy's hanging and you're right on top of it, how do you kill him if it's not doing shurikens? You have to hang yourself. What did he say? Be right next to him so that you can shoot him or hit him right in front of you. I am not doing all of that to kill one guy. Anyways, forget that. Both characters also have a dodge. This is extremely helpful. Why? Because if you don't want to do a guillotine to a move, or you don't want to, you know, get hit, you do a dodge. Works perfectly, unless you're fighting a boss. If you're fighting a boss and the person is right in front of you and you dodge right behind him and you're too close to the person, you get hit. That is my other issue with the game. Everything that can eventually hurt you has a hurt box, which means if you get too close to them, you get damaged. They do not. So you gotta be careful, you gotta be smart, you gotta be right next to them at all times. It's like the game actually wanted you to be right next to every enemy at all times. Sure, you can just avoid that with the guillotine attack, but no, I am not doing the guillotine attack, I'm not good at it. But that's okay. Now, let's imagine there's a flying enemy that, while flying while idle, he is not right in front of you. He's a little above you. What do you do then? I keep coming back to the same problem, but yes, that is an issue. That is a big issue. One cool thing I gotta say is that you get the Ninja Gaiden 4 Yakumo's outfit for Kenji. That's the one good thing about that one character. Like, I'm hating a little bit about the character, but like, he's an idiot. If he gets hit just by being next to an enemy, he's an idiot. If it can't hit up or down, he's an idiot. So like, at least he has the outfit. Now, even though you can hit upwards or downwards, that's okay because the end mission was amazing. I am telling you, that end mission just solves all of my problems. I do not care that you can't hit up or down. I really don't, because that mission was insanely good. Normally, a really good player would beat the main story in 3 to 4 hours. It took me 4 hours. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Now, that was only the main campaign. That was only the main missions. It wasn't even the special ops that you have. You have like 8 missions that are extremely difficult that I am not going to try. I tried them already. I don't want to talk about it. Now, if you're a little bitch, you want to make this game easier. This is normal. I've been talking about this game in normal mode. If you want to make it easier, you could go to settings and just figure around with the settings. You want to take more damage, do more damage, you can go left and right on the settings. Once you beat the game, you get the actual hard mode. I am not gonna try that. No, thank you. I'm telling you, this game is really hard. And the difficulty comes from the amount of different enemies the game throws. That and the fact you can't hit above or below you. Okay? Almost every mission has at least 2 different enemies with a different move. The surprise always catches you getting damaged and then getting killed. I died so many times in this game I wanted to quit, but Mama didn't raise no bitch. Well, actually, Mama didn't raise me at all. Every time I died, I felt like that reviewer that covered Cuphead. Wait a minute. And that's when I realized if I wanted to become Ryu's protege, I needed to learn how to use the guillotine and not expect to hit up or down. This is the true ninja way. Believe it! Anyways, if you have 40 bucks and you have to choose between Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and any other indie game, I honestly would not recommend Ninja Gaiden Ragebound for 40 bucks. Why? Because it feels very outdated. It does, even though it is a good game, even though it is very fun, I think it's outdated, and the only thing that is selling that $40 game is the Ninja Gaiden franchise. Now, if you were to get a deal for this game, I would 100% recommend it. 40 bucks, not worth it. Even though, again, it's not a bad game, this doesn't cost 40 bucks. The Ninja Gaiden Ragebound name is not worth the 40 bucks. Why? Because it's outdated. I'm repeating myself, but I gotta put it out there. Also, you know why it's not worth 40 bucks? Because you can't hit enemies above you or under you. Now, to end the video, I do have to say there is a way for you to attack all sides of your key. But that's pressing 4 buttons. You gotta press 4, X, R1, and square. I am not doing all of that every 3 seconds.